Good evening. Coming up tonight, a USC student injured by a train,
the release of the softball schedule,
and some Halloween fun this week.
All that and more tonight on Student News at 7.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Allie Marsinko. Our top story tonight follows the recovery of a USC student after being struck by a train on Saturday. The student was hit around 12:15 p.m. under the Blossom Street Bridge. He received multiple serious injuries and was transported to the hospital, according to Columbia Police. CSX Transportation is working with nonprofit South Carolina Operation Lifesaver to promote railroad safety and education. The incident is currently under investigation. Governor McMaster announced the activation of the 1SC Fund on Tuesday. McMaster also directed the South Carolina State Guard to assist food banks following halted federal funding for SNAP benefits. The 1SC Fund will allow for charity campaigns and donations to local food banks and families in need. The SCSG will assist with traffic flow, operations, and safety in food distribution sites. 556,000 South Carolinians receive federal SNAP benefits, totaling about $104 million, according to the South Carolina Department of Social Services. South Carolina House Representative Jermaine Johnson officially announced his campaign for governor at the State House on Tuesday. The Democratic candidate is a 3-term official from Richland County. Johnson is the second Democratic candidate to enter the race. Charleston lawyer Mullins McLeod announced his candidacy in August. A Democrat has not been the governor since Jim Hodges in 1998. Governor McMaster will be ineligible to run due to his term limits. Coming up after the break, SGTV sports reporter Anna Zidar will give us the latest in sports. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Anna Zidar. Gamecock softball recently announced the team's non-conference 2026 schedule. The season opens with 9 home games in their 31-game schedule starting in early February. The softball team had an astonishing season last year that allowed them to finish in the top 15 for the final D1 softball poll. This season will be head coach Ashley Chastain Woodard's second season here at South Carolina. The volleyball team met Vanderbilt for the first time Sunday night. The Gamecocks were able to pull away their second SEC win of the season. They returned home last night to verse Auburn. The Gamecocks came out strong, winning the first set. However, the Tigers fought back to win the next 3 sets. This allowed Auburn to secure their 7th SEC win of the season. Carolina continues in their SEC play at home against number 25 Florida Sunday at 1 p.m. Colonial Life Arena was active last week. The women's basketball team had their first exhibition game where they dominated the court 112-31. The Battle of the Carolinas is currently going on right now. The team is taking on University of North Carolina in Atlanta, Georgia for their second exhibition game. Yesterday, it was announced that 3 Gamecock players were recognized in preseason top 20 watch lists. Tanaya Lawton received a spot for shooting guard, making it her 4th season on this list. Raven Johnson earned a spot for point guard watch list for the 3rd season in a row. And lastly, Miriam Dada was recognized for the small forward watch list for the 2nd time. The men's basketball team returned to Colonial Life Arena after a battle with NC State that ended in a loss. The Gamecocks controlled the lead for a majority of the game, yet the Wolfpack hit a last-second 3-pointer to secure the win. Freshman Eli Ellis led all scorers with 23 points. SC has their season opener at home Tuesday against North Carolina A&T. Gamecock football suffered a tough loss last weekend against Alabama. SGTV reporter Gabriella Cassini was there to tell us more about the game.
On Saturday afternoon, South Carolina hosted the 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide in their 6th conference matchup of the fall. The Gamecocks are coming off a loss at home to the 14th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners, and Alabama is coming off a dominating 37-20 win against the 11th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers. As Cocky rose from his train and the student section screamed a sandstorm, the Gamecocks took the field ready for kickoff. In their first drive, South Carolina's offense moved steadily, converting 5 first downs in 6 minutes. From the Alabama 12-yard line, the Gamecocks gained 4 more yards, leading to William Joyce's 24-yard field goal for an early 3-0 lead. Alabama went 3 and out, but after a 9-yard punt return, Lenora Sellers was intercepted by Deshaun Jones, who returned it 18 yards for a touchdown. On the Tide's next drive, Vakari Swain stripped Ty Simpson on an 8-yard sack, allowing Troy Pikes to recover the fumble at the 42-yard line. The Gamecocks drove to the Alabama 13, but a holding call on Tree Babalade erased Sellers' rushing touchdown. On 4th and 15 from the 16, Joyce hit the second field goal, cutting the deficit to 7-6. With just minutes remaining in the half, Ty Simpson completed passes of 11, 19, and 41 yards, setting up a 3-yard touchdown pass to Josh Cuevas. Going into halftime, the Gamecocks trailed 14-6, allowing just 2 rushing yards to the Alabama offense, cutting the Tide's lead to 14-12. The South Carolina's defense kept the pressure on, and Sellers went back to work, setting up William Joyce's 47-yard field goal to give the Gamecocks their second lead of the day, 15-14. As the third quarter closed, the South Carolina defense slammed the door, taking a 1-point lead into the fourth. In the fourth quarter, South Carolina was able to recover their own punt after the ball bounced off an Alabama player, giving Carolina great field position with the recovery. Moments later, Sellers powered in from 10 yards out, giving South Carolina a 22-14 lead. This one would count, but Alabama answered. Ty Simpson drove the Tide 79 yards, capping it with a strike to Jeremy Bernard, then a 2-point toss to Josh Cuevas to tie the score at 22. With under 2 minutes to go, Sellers was hit and fumbled the ball at his own 38, recovered by Alabama's Tim Keene III. The Tide took the reign after a 25-yard touchdown run from Bernard, ending the game with a final score of 29-22 Alabama. For SGTV, I'm Gabrielle Cassini.
Thank you to Gabrielle for covering the game. After the loss, head coach Shane Beamer spoke to press about the difficulty of this year.
Yes, it's been a tough year, and that weighs heavily on me as the leader of the program. And I realize that everybody is, looking to me as the head football coach. So I know if it's weighing on me, then I'm not doing my best to help them.
The Gamecocks will travel to Oxford, Mississippi to take on Ole Miss Saturday. Women's soccer received their second loss in SEC play to Vanderbilt. This dropped SC to number 22 overall. South Carolina will head to the SEC tournament in Pensacola, Florida. The team takes on Alabama Sunday. Men's soccer also suffered a loss on Sunday while playing Coastal Carolina. The Gamecocks will travel to Statesboro to play Georgia Southern Halloween night. Coming up next is Emma George to tell you all about the Halloween festivities on campus.
Welcome back, Carolina. I'm Emma George. Tomorrow is Halloween, and all week, organizations and students have been getting into the spooky spirit. Activities started on Tuesday night as USC sororities and fraternities in Greek Village opened their doors for the annual Trick or Treat with the Greeks. Members from each chapter put on costumes, passed out candy, and helped with fun activities for children from around the Columbia area. Philanthropy group USC Dance Marathon also held its annual Trick or Treat event, Spookathon, on Green Street. A sacred tradition within the community, students were joined by miracle families from the local Prisma Health Children's Hospital for Night of Costumes and Candy. The night also offered a chance for USC students to build deeper connections with the patients and see firsthand how their efforts help out the hospital. Over on the historic Horseshoe, the frights continued as the Visitor Center hosted campus ghost tours. University ambassadors brought guests from McKissick Museum, sharing entertaining ghost stories and eerie tales about USC's history. Tonight, Gamecock Entertainment and Campus Recreation transforms Blatt PE Center into a thrilling haunted house as part of USC Scream event. Blatt Field will once again become a fall carnival, complete with a classic food, games, and prizes for students. Off campus, local theater The Nickelodeon will put on a special showing of underground film Eraserhead at 7 p.m., a partnership with the university's Department of Women and Gender Studies. The nightmarish movie tosses audiences into a suffocating and disturbing reality while exploring the anxieties of unplanned parenthood. Tomorrow night, University President Michael Amaritis will open the doors of his haunted mansion to trick-or-treaters. From 7 to 8:30 p.m., students are encouraged to wear costumes and stop by to explore the halls of the historic presidential home. Turning to some general pop culture news, famed ballet dancer Misty Copeland recently announced her retirement from the American Ballet Theater after over 25 years on stage. Her farewell performance was held at the Lincoln Center in New York and weaved in special guests, tributes, and other aspects of her legacy. In 2015, Copeland made history by being the first African-American woman to be promoted to the role of principal dancer at the ABT. In the years since, she became an advocate for diversity and inclusion within the dance industry, in part with her program, the Misty Copeland Foundation, which she hopes to pivot towards in years to come. Finally, on the music scene, last week was jam-packed with news projects from big names, including Daniel Caesar with his new album, Sons of Spurgey, Demi Lovato with her album, It's Not That Deep, and the late Mac Miller with the 10th anniversary of Good AM. Bruce Springsteen with an expanded version of Nebraska 82, and more from artists like Tyler the Creator, Leon Thompson, MGK, David Bowie, Ty Dolla $ign, and others. And that's all your entertainment news for tonight. After the break, we'll return to finish up tonight's news. Stay with us.
That wraps up tonight's edition of Student News at 7.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtv@usc.com. For SGTV, I'm Emma George.
I'm Anna Zidar.
And I'm Allie Marsinko. For all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to be.
Nice job, everybody.